Before we do get into this video, I do want to have a little say. I'm sorry I haven't uploaded for longer than I usually would. I've just been on holiday the last couple of days, and I'm getting back to uploading since I couldn't really do any uploading while I was on holiday. But anyway, this video is going to be about One Punch Man characters and their chances of surviving and even beating the Invincible War. And since the Garou one got a lot of support, we're going to be continuing on kind of this series of which characters can beat the Invincible War or survive the Invincible War, because these have been getting a lot of views, so I do appreciate that. But before we get into it, at first, make sure to like, subscribe, and join the Discord in the description. Also, we have a TikTok going, so you can go follow that if you want. But anyway, let's just jump straight into it. Now, I don't know why I made this its full category. I don't really think it needs to be break down in this amount of content. I feel like it's pretty obvious that Saitama sweeps, no difficulty at all. He would obliterate the Invincible universe pretty much. So yeah, there's not really much to it. In any of his forms, I'm saying as well, which might be a bit biased, but yeah, that's just my take on it. If you think any different in the comments, let me know. Even though there's very little content shown about the character Boros, I still think I should include him because he actually does scale quite well to the Invincibles. It's more of an even match. I was actually thinking about doing this as just a separate video, but we don't actually have enough content on Boros to, do it as a separate video. So I thought I would just include it all in this one. So Boros, I reckon he would survive it, and I reckon he would take out a few Invincibles on his way. At the time, it was also believed to be he was the second strongest person in that universe. Obviously, wasn't true. But yeah, I can say confidently, I think he would survive the war and take out a couple Invincibles on the way. I'm not going to name which ones he would take out, but he definitely does put up a good fight against a majority of them. So I think he would slam most of them, because we've seen feats like him sending Saitama to the moon, which we obviously know is very powerful of a feat, which kind of scales relatively to the Invincibles. Now, I know a lot of you are going to be saying King is really weak and he's basically not strong at all. Even though we all know this, nobody in the One Punch Man, apart from Saitama and I think his crew, know that King's basically a fraud. So if the Invincibles obviously know this, they're probably going to be scared because of his aura. I know aura in the big 2025, I know, but that's just the best way to put it, I guess. But yeah, I think if they know his status...
So, back to it.
I guess, but yeah, I think if they know his status, he's obviously... I think they'll obviously try and avoid him if they know he's one of the strongest humans. I think some of the Invincibles will want to fight him, though, knowing he's the strongest. Which could leave him in a lot of danger. It really just does depend if Saitama's there or other heroes there to back him up, or if he just lets out all his aura. I don't know, bro. I'm not too sure, but this could play out in many different ways. But for the most part, I don't think he would survive. But if Saitama's busy clearing out the Invincibles, I think Saitama could clear out the Invincibles before they could get to King. So I do think that would probably be the best case scenario for him. Now, I have covered this in a previous video, but I didn't cover this version of Garou. I covered his kind of regular half monster form, but now we're going to be covering his full monster form. And I did say he would slam the Invincibles, and I do stay to my word, and I do think he would still slam the Invincibles in his monster form. I don't think he would kill them all, but I do think he would definitely survive. I don't think many of them would come after him, because I don't know if they're that stupid too. But I definitely think he would survive out of the majority of the heroes. He's probably one of the most likely to survive behind Saitama. Now, Genos is in the similar category to half monster Garou, because he has some crazy feats in the show, even above Garou, some of them. And we know he can be brought back several times by the person creating him. So, well, as long as he doesn't die fully. But if he destroys his limbs, he can always go back to that one guy as long as he doesn't fall in the Invincible War. So I think he's pretty much fine. I feel like he could take out maybe 1 or 2 Invincibles, but he's nowhere near on like kind of level some of the other ones are. I feel like he could take out some of the weaker ones, kind of like Half Monster Garou too. But if I had to give him a real ranking, I would say he would survive and maybe even kill a couple, but he ain't getting past the bigger ones. But it really depends which one attacks him first, like same with Half Monster Garou. Now that we are coming to the end of the video, I did want to say if this video does feel choppy at all in any section, it's because I was on holiday while making it, so I had a lot less time to make it. But nevertheless, I did what I could in the time I had, and sorry if my voice does sound weird, I literally just woke up and the video is due for today. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say. So if you guys did enjoy this video and you have takes of your own, go into the comments and let me know. But if you don't, just make sure to like, subscribe, join the Discord in the description, even subscribe to the TikTok if you're up for it. But yeah, that's pretty much just going to be me for this video. I'll catch you in my next one. Bye guys.